So, I wanted to show everyone today a little trick. I wouldn't say it's a trick necessarily, a technique in how to make guitar sounds sound more massive. If you've been recording for a while, then you probably know this trick. It's one of those things that used to elude me. I think that's the right word. Elude me whenever I was younger and I would listen to a song and I'd be like, holy crap, how did they get that song, how did they get that tone so massive? Over the years, as I've learned and recorded and all that kind of crap, talked to people, I've realized that there's a lot of trickery that comes into like mastering and the way you record things and the way you put them together, the way they're synced up. So I wanted to show you, folks out there watching this video, a popular song called Them Bones and how they take that, well, Jerry Cantrell plays a massive sounding tone. I'm going to split the file, split the isolated guitar up so you hear like the left channel in mono, the right channel in mono, then you'll hear it in stereo, and then we'll take a look at the solo that has a few little tricks to it as well. So I have a really fun and interesting idea I want to do on this video. I haven't done this before, but I want to give it a good try. And that is because I owe a lot to you guys. So here's what I want to do. What I want to see is I'm going to give a free pedal to someone who does the following. You got to like the video, and you have to comment below. It could be a comment good or bad, whether you like the video, whether you don't like these kind of videos. Things I would like to know is, since this was one of the songs that I kind of grew up with and it means a lot to me as a player, I'd like to hear what song to you does that same thing for you. What song is something that you grew up with that when you hear it, you just drive faster, you just run faster, you just makes you want to jump. You know what I mean? Makes you want to scream and makes you excited. So comment below, and this is only on YouTube. This is not for Facebook, folks. So if you're watching this on Facebook, you've got to go to the YouTube channel, and this ends September 1st. 2018. So you got, as the day this is released, you got just a few days to actually do this. So you got to like the video, got to give it a thumbs up, and you have to comment. And then what I will do, I will randomly pick one of you. I'm simply going to reply back to your message. So you're going to have to check, or reply back to your comments. So you're going to have to check your YouTube comments. And I'm going to say, email me with your address and prove that it's you. That way I don't have 85 people who are, trying to get a free pedal. So I'm going to do that. I will also, I think there's a messaging system inside of YouTube. I'll also try to send you a message through that as well. But again, free pedal if you like, if you comment. And yeah, that's it. I want to do some more of stuff like this because I think it's fun. And like I said, wouldn't have this channel if it wasn't for you all. So, all right, let's jump into the video. Okay, so the first thing I want to point out is Jerry has a gigantic amount of gain going on. In fact, right before the guitar starts, you can hear the noise from, I don't know what guitar pickup he's using on this particular song, but you can hear the noise that the pickups are coming through and all that kind of stuff. And let me show you what I'm talking about. First of all, listen real close here. This is the very beginning. Okay, so now let's isolate that little sound right there. It'll just keep like looping back and forth and you'll see what I mean. This is the noise right before the song starts. So, kind of a cool thing. I think so anyway. It's one of those little intricate little nuggets I like to find. So let's listen to a little bit more of the massive sounding stereo track. Gigantic sounding. Okay, now let's listen to what's going on in the left speaker and then the right speaker. We'll do this in mono, so it'll be in both your speakers, it's just in mono. So we can take that massive sound, break it down into what's really kind of going on behind the scenes to give that massive sound. All right, so let's listen to the left channel in mono by itself. What do you think? Let's do it. Well, part of it anyways. I'm not going to play a 4-minute song all the way through. Alright, you got the idea on that. Let's listen to the right channel in mono. So obviously, it's still pretty massive. Not as massive as in stereo, of course, but still very, very massive. All right, so let's listen to the chorus part, just the isolated guitar, but the stereo part. So the guitars mixed together, just all the guitars on one track. So here we go. That goes into the guitar solo, of course. Let's not jump to that yet. Let's listen to the mono left guitar. Let's listen to what that's doing here. Okay, and then the right guitar. And you'll notice the right guitar is a little brighter than the left guitar. It's probably like a Marshall or something gigantic and huge, and it's massive sounding on its own. But together, it's magic. All right, right channel in mono. All right, so yeah, once again, let's listen to the stereo part of that just for fun. All right, beautiful. Now, let's move on to the solo. You'll notice this solo is partly in mono, and then we go to duplicated parts in stereo again. It's pretty fantastic. So, let's listen to the stereo track. One thing before I go further. To me, it sounds like he's using a tube screamer or something like that that's a pedal giving it a little more gain into an amp that's already got a ton of gain. You can kind of hear how it's kind of fuzzy and kind of fuzzing up around the notes. I could be wrong, but to my ears, that's what it sounds like. Now, let's continue on. So obviously that's where you got two different parts playing the exact same thing. And then here in a minute, he's going to kick on the wall. Wah just kicked on, didn't it? All right, so let's unpack that a bit and listen to it in mono, which isn't going to be that much different for the most part until we get to that stereo, you know, where he's playing the same part twice, duplicating his part. But if you listen to that, the stereo part, you'll notice he wasn't exactly rhythmically locked in stupid tight where it sounded like the same part just doubled over into the track. He was actually playing that. So let me remind everyone, this is the part that got doubled is right here. And obviously, since the way I split these tracks, these aren't truly isolated stems like from the producer, but they're pretty close. So you're going to hear a little bit of bleed in from the other channel, but it sounds pretty much it's pretty similar whenever you listen to the right track. So there we go. That is the guitar tracks for the most part, isolated, both in stereo and monetized. Actually, that's not the right word, but in mono. Let's have a little more fun. Listen to something else real quick towards the end, and listen to a little bit of the bass line, and then maybe a little bit of the vocal, because there's some interesting stuff there too. Okay, so the very last part of the song, I'll play it for you just a minute. I'll play everything so you can hear the context of what I'm getting ready to say. Now, what I wanted to show you is how loose the guitar and the bass, it's called rhythm on this track, but that's, you think Guitar Hero or wherever these came from. I think it's fascinating to hear, even though they were technically what we'd call loose now, and these days we'd probably auto-tune everything anyways, so we'll get to that in a minute, but to make the guitar player, the bass player, play it over and over until it's exactly right, because we can't have anything that's slightly sloppy, when in reality it actually made this a great recording, I think. So let's listen to the guitar and the bass by itself. Just a little bit of slop on the back end, not a big deal on the bass. Not crazy, not anything worth doing over again. I actually think it makes a great part of the song. To continue on, I'm going to show you one more thing with vocals. Now, I know not a lot of us are into vocal stuff, but this particular song is really fascinating because, of course, it's not auto-tune or anything like that. And Lane Staley, who I believe is a lead singer, if I recall right, him and Jerry aren't exactly, they're not exactly in key all the time. But I think it makes for an even better recording and a more realistic sound. All right, so let's listen to this particular part where I believe it's Jerry and Lane singing, Jerry singing harmony.
Some say we're born into the grave.
So as you can see, not stupid tight, definitely not auto-tuned, but still, within the context of the song, it sounds fantastic. It sounds more realistic, I think. So, anyways, that's my two thoughts. Before I close this video down, let's listen to the bass by itself, a few parts of it, just so you can kind of get a feel for what the actual tone is doing. Let's go to the bass at the beginning. So it's got, I'm going to guess, chorus on it, and it's a little fuzzy, not a lot of presence to it, but it works. Let's listen to that with the guitar. So you kind of hear when I take that bass out, it loses some of that bottom end. And that bottom end is what a lot of us, when we're playing in the bedroom, we tend to kind of crank it up to kind of simulate that tone that the bass player generally is going to provide in a band. That's the bass. Let's go on to drums for a minute. It's a fantastic drum sound as well. So, quick little thing here. Hear that gate on the overheads? Gates when the snare is hitting. Now, again, I'm not the producer that did this, but if I had to guess, that's so you get a little more clarity of the crack of that snare. So let's listen to those two together. So that works perfectly. Add in the bass. Fantastic. So I love it. Absolutely love it. Well, all right then. Hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you liked it. Please make sure you comment. Make sure you like the video. And that is if you want a chance to win a free pedal. Listen to the beginning of this video for the stipulations. And it'll also be down in the description below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week with a new video. See you guys later. Bye.